Hello and welcome to horse racing systems using an Excel spreadsheet. Now we do Dutching systems, so as we go along I'll show you what that is and how we pick our horses for today, which is the 8th of March 2024. We're going to concentrate on one meeting today because it takes me about an hour and a half to do the form for each meeting. We're going to start here, as you can see, with Newcastle all weather at 5 p.m. today. And going into my spreadsheet, I've already done the form for all 8 races. And starting with the 5 o'clock, my highest rated horse is Great Kalachi. My ratings are down 3/4 of the way down on column X, which you'll see 18,884, working the way down, all the way down to the bottom of 6,684 for very classy. So Dutching, may you ask what that's about? Well, basically it's betting more than one horse in a race to a set stake. So I will show you what that means. The first horse we've got in our selections in the 5 o'clock is Great Kalachi. So Great Kalachi, first of all, we're going on to a betting exchange. You can use Betfair, Matchbooks, Markets, and we're going to go on to the 5 o'clock. Now the prices we're going to show you now are just early prices. They're betting off of 106 at the moment. So like I said in yesterday's video, you have to bet on these more around 5 minutes before the off to get maybe better prices, not always, but all round prices would be better to wait for the off. So Great Kalachi is our selection, and that's trading at the moment at 19.5. So we put that in there, and it tells us to the right hand side that we need to stake £10 26. What we need to return on every horse that we bet on is £200, and we can only stake £100 maximum if we want to win at evens. So the second horse we've got here is Locknava. Now Locknava is trading at 6.2. So we put that in as if we were going to be betting on it. And our stake there would be £32 26. And because we haven't staked over 100, it means now we can go down to our third selection, which is Prince Akil. Now Prince Akil at the moment is 8.4, and the stakes on that will be 23.81. So adding these up at the moment tells us we've laid out £66.32. We've got just under £34 still to lay out. So our next selection will be Bay of Naples. Now Bay of Naples, that's out as well, 12.5. So I don't think they managed to have picked any of the favourites in those first 4. And that is a stake of £16, brings it up to £82.32. Now, whatever the next horse is, the maximum that we could have on it is £17.68. We still believe 14.5, so it's another good priced horse. And that means we've got to have £13.79 on this one. And all we've got left now is £3.88. So Isle of Wolves is only trading at 5, but we can't do any more than £3.88 because that's our £100 stake. So we have a chance here of 5 horses to win for us, and if Isle of Wolves was to win, we would get back around £19, and we're only doing that because we've only got £3.88. So Great Kalachi, £10.26 at 19.5 SP will return us 200. Locknava, £32.26 at £6.20. At 6.2 SP will return us 200. Prince Akil, £23.81 at 8.4 SP also returns 200. Bay of Naples, £16 at 12.5 SP will return 200. And we still believe £13.79 at 14.5. This will also return 200. So we have 5 horses out of the 8 that we have a chance with to get the first winner. But Isle of Wolves, as I said, will only return about 19. And if Mass Consumption or Very Classy come through and win it, then we would lose £100. So that's the first race. Moving into the 5:30. This is a Class 5 handicap. And we'll move that down on Betfair to the 5:30. Now, our top selection here is One More Dream. And that is trading at favourite at the moment, 4.3 or nearly 100 to 30. We've got to have £46.51 on this to return 200. Then our second selection is Athol Blair Boy. So Athol Blair Boy at the moment is trading at 12.5. So we would have to have £16 on that to bring that back 200 returns. And our third selection, Global Humour. Now Global Humour is trading at 28, which means we would need £7.14 on this horse to return 200. And our fourth selection is Blackjack, trading at 5.9. So we would need £33.90 on that. But after our first 3 that we betted on, left us £30.35. So that's the maximum we can have on this one. And if I take all the others away, you can see we need to stake £100. And because we're having £30.35 at 5.90, this isn't as bad as it looks. 5.9 times 30.35 equals £179 if this won Blackjack. And Athol Blair Boy, Global Humour and One More Dream would give us 200. But of course there's 5 horses here running for the bookies that would give us nil returns. But again, when we look here, the over round at the moment isn't that bad actually. It's 103.8. But we try to wait about 5 minutes before the off before having a bet here, so we can expand our bets a little bit further than what they are now. You may have another 2% on top of that. Into race number 3. This is the 6 o'clock Class 5 handicap. So we'll go into 6 o'clock. And our selection here, our top selection, is Bobby Joe Leg. Now, Bobby Joe Leg trading at 7.4. And that means we would have to stake £27.03 to get a return of 200. Our second selection is Vichy, trading at 10 at the moment, which means we would have to stake £20 on this one to return 200. And our third selection is Novak, which is favourite at the moment, 3.75, which is 11 to 4. So, if we add these three up, that means we've laid out £100.36. So we'll just need to put a little bit less on Novak. And that means we've laid out £100 now. If Bobby Joe Leg wins, we will return 200 from the 27.03 stake at 7.4 SP. We've got £20 on Vichy at 10 SP, and Novak we've got 52.97 at 375, and I will quickly show you what that returns. I mean, it's pretty much going to be up to the 200 mark anyway. So we've near enough got 3 horses running for us in the 6 o'clock. So you can see there 198.63 returns. But don't forget, when you're betting with the likes of Betfair, Smarkets and Matchbook as an exchange, you will get charged around 5%. It depends if anybody's got any deals on at the time, but it's normally 5% of your winnings, not the whole stake. Right, that was the 6 o'clock. Now, the 6:30, I've got no bet written here, but we will still look. But 4 of these horses have never raced before. And we're not going to have inside information. We're not going to know anything about these at all. So we'll go into Betfair, go down to the 6:30, and you will see here our top selection is Absolute Star, which is trading at 3.45. And our second selection, Maritime Lady, is trading at 5.9. Our third selection, Ema Elises, is the outsider there at 80. And Star of Kilfrush is trading at 4.5. So the maximum that we could have on here is £5.63 of Star of Kilfrush, and the rest of the horses on 0. So there's your £100 stake. We will not be betting in this race at all, but I know some people like betting in every single race. So Absolute Star would be your top selection from Maritime Lady, Ema Elises and Star of Kilfrush. But remember, half of that field haven't raced before and could be anything. So that's why I don't bet in races like so. Right, we're going to move now into the 5th race of the evening of 8. This is the 7 o'clock, a Class 6 handicap. So again, we'll go down to the 7 o'clock in Betfair. Quite a few runners here. Now, our selection is top rated there, and that is Phoenix Star. which at the moment is trading at just gone into 5.9 as we spoke, and that has gone just into favoritism. £33.90 needs to be staked at 5.9 to return 200. But again, as you're aware, 114.8 over round is ridiculous. So don't even think about betting on those terms. Wait till at least 5 minutes before the off if you can. Now, Water of Leith is our second selection. This is trading at 6.2, and the Phoenix Star's just gone out to 6.4, so we'll change that. 6.2 means we've got to have 32.26 on this at 6.2 to return 200, and as we've amended Phoenix Star 31.25 now at Betfair SP of 6.4. That these will keep drifting out, a few of these, because of the over round, which is actually getting worse. Then we've got El Zal. El Zal is 6.6. This gives us £30.30 to put on that to return 200. And we've now staked 93.81. So Latin 5 is going to be our fourth selection. This is trading at 26, which means we've got to have £7.69, but we don't have that much left. We have £6.19, so that will be our fourth and final bet. And that's our £100 stakes there. And if we just look into Latin 5, 26 SP times 619 would return £160.94. So you still would make a £60 profit there, but the other three would return 200. That's Phoenix Star, £31.25 at SP of 6.4. Water of Leith, £32.26 at 6.2 SP, and El Zal, £30.30 at 6.6 SP. Those three would return you 200, and as we just saw there, Latin 5, you can't have much on that, but would return you 160 and still got a profit. So you've got 4 horses running for you in the 7 o'clock. Into the 7:30 now. This is a Class 4 handicap. So we'll go and use Betfair once more. And our top selection here is going to be Daniel's Flyer. And Daniel's Flyer is trading at 12-1. So that means we would have to put £16.67 on this to return 200. And you can see at the moment it's getting better, but the over round prices here are 107.7. Again, you'll need to wait near enough 5 minutes for the off to drop that to 1.01. Now, Star Shield. Star Shield, this is trading at 15.5, which means we would need £12.90 on this to return us 200. Our third selection would be Torchlight. This is trading at 5.9. We would need £33.90 on this one. And our fourth selection would be Lahab. This is 5.7 trading at the moment. And before we look at that one, we had laid out 63.47. With this one, we have now laid out 98.56. So whatever happens, we can only lay out £1.44 on Trey's Fleurs. And Trey's Fleurs is the outsider at 32. So we can't bet on the other 6. And at the bottom again, you can see the stake here is £100. So, back to the top, Daniel's Flyer, staking £16.67 at 12 SP, would return 200. Star Shield, £12.90 at 15.5, would return 200. Torchlight, £33.90 at 5.9 SP, would return 200. And Lahab, £35.09 at 5.7 SP, would return 200. So you have 4 running for you in this race, but also at 32 SP, we have £1.44 on Trays Fleur, but would still give you £46 back if one of the others didn't win, which would still be something better than nothing. So that is the 7:30. Now we'll move on to the penultimate, which is the 8 o'clock at Newcastle. Class 6 handicap again. Right, there we go. And coming back into it, our top selection here is Palace Lord. Palace Lord at the moment is trading at 5.1, just over 4 to 1. Second favourite. £39.22 would be our stake at 5.1 to return 200. You can see again that the over round here is 112.8. Don't bet at these prices. Turbo Command is our second selection. This is trading at 12. So we would need £16.67 on that at 12 to get back 200. Our third selection would be 1111. This is trading at 8. This would mean a £25 stake to return 200. And at the moment we've laid out just over £80. And To the Bar. To the Bar trading at 9.6. Means we would need £20.83. So let's look at the top 3 we've done here. It means we've got £19.12 that we can stake on To the Bar. So that would just be those 4. And there again, you can see at the bottom here is a £100 stake. So Palace Lord, £39.22 at 5.1 SP would return 200. Turbo Command, £16.67 at 12 SP would return 200. 1111, £25 stake, 8 SP would return 200. And To the Bar, because we have to put on a little less there, the price, or the SP, is 9.6. And we would have £19.12 on this one, and it would return 183, so it would still be a good winner to get. So we have 4 out of the 11 runners for us in the 8 o'clock, and the finale, the final race there at Newcastle, 8 go to post, 8:30. The last race, Class 6 handicap yet again. And we'll come back into Betfair, into the 8:30, back to the spreadsheet, and Ledger, topical one there. Ledger is our favourite, trading at 5.1, which means to return 200, we need £39.22 stake. Just look at the over round again, 105.3, it's coming down. But again, you need to be betting later on in this race. Our second selection is Sienna Breeze, now showing 5.6, which means we need a stake of £35.71 to return 200. And our third selection is Big Nasty, which is trading at 6.6. and we would need £30 on this, but let's add up the first two bets that we have done. £74.93 means we can only have 25.07 on our third selection because we would be over budget. £100 staked. Ledger £39.22 to 5.1 SP would return us 200. Sienna Breeze £35.71 at 5.6 SP would return us 200. And our last selection, which is Big Nasty, we would take 6.6 and we would be staking £25.07, and this would return us 165, and again it still would be a profit, so we've got 3 running for us there. So just going back into this, the first race there, you can see to the right hand side that we have 5 horses running for us from the 8. Doesn't mean you'll get the winner. In the second race, we've got 4 running for us. In the third race, we've got 3 running for us there. Then don't forget we've got the no bet race in the 6:30. In the 7 o'clock, we've got 4 running for us. In the 7:30, we've got 4 running for us and 46 coming back if that was the win. Then in the 8 o'clock, again we've got 4 running for us, and in the last race we've got 3 running for us. So that's the form done for Newcastle. Again, if you're not sure about Dutching, I'll try to simplify it there for you. And of course, I will do some videos on how I get to these ratings. It's not as complicated as it looks, but I will do some videos on that. But otherwise, that's about it for today. And I will do another video at the end of all the results at Newcastle just to see how we got on. We didn't do well there yesterday. We had 6 from 6 winners at Lingfield, which built the money up, but we had 4 losers and 3 winners at Newcastle from our 7 bets. So that's it for today, and good luck with what you're betting on, and I'll see you in the next video.